Sir Topham Hatt's Eventful Day, written by Duckshow Studios. Sir Topham Hatt sat in his office at Knapford Station. "Oh yes, I see. That will be wonderful. It will show the world that steam engines are very special. And that's something I already rightfully know," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Good day." And he hung up the phone. Sir Topham Hatt runs the Northwestern Railway. He had just been on a phone call with the Flying Scotsman's owner. The Flying Scotsman would take passengers from Vickerstown to elsewhere on the mainland. The passengers would catch a train, and Sir Topham Hatt had the perfect engine in mind. "Hello, James," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Hello, sir," said James. "Well, James, you have a very special today. You're not going to do your usual jobs. You're going to take enthusiasts from Knapford to Vickerstown." "Oh, that'll be splendid, sir," said James. "Just the type of job for a splendid red engine. You can rely on me to be extra special." "Right," said Sir Topham Hatt. Sir Topham Hatt drove down the line, the road, to Farquhar sheds. Toby and Percy had set off on their jobs. Thomas was there. "Thomas," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Yes, sir," said Thomas. "You shall take Onion Clarabel down a recently repaired stretcher line on your branch line today. How's that sound?" "Oh, that sounds nice, sir," said Thomas. "That sounds wonderful. Recently repaired tracks sound great." "Right. Off to work you go." Sir Topham Hatt was feeling pleased with the events of his day. And so were Thomas and James. At Knapford Station, James was boasting to Murdoch. "Oh, big oaf." "Yes, James," said Murdoch. "Are you going to be talking?" "Oh, of course. Are you going to be listening to my splendid tales?" "I suppose your splendid tales are not as loud as some things," said Murdoch. "Oh, I'm going to be pulling enthusiasts to the Flying Scotsman in Vickerstown. I'm just doing some odd jobs around Knapford, like fetching your... what are they called? Trucks. What are they called? Trucks. What are they called? Trucks. Exactly. You should say it with more enthusiasm. It's not every day an ugly oaf like you gets to pull trucks," said James. "Oh, the indignity," said Murdoch. "He is just so noisy and rude." James shunted Murdoch's trucks, but he didn't mind a bit because he was pulling the special enthusiast train and was feeling on top of the world. "Here you go, big oaf. Have a splendid day. Or at least try with all the grime on your paint." At last he's gone. James was boasting to Henry. "Oh, did you hear, Henry? I'm pulling your passengers today before my very important job to Vickerstown, pulling enthusiasts for the Flying Scotsman." "I wish I could pull passengers," said Henry. "Well, today's not your special day, is it? Now, go fetch your... what are they called? Trucks." "What was that?" "Trucks." "Oh, I didn't hear you." "Trucks, James. You don't have to rub it in." "Oh, I'm so splendid." "I know. Don't we all?" said Henry. Thomas was puffing along his branch line with Annie and Clarabel. Have you heard we're riding on a new stretch of line? Said Thomas. Indeed, said Clarabel. We are riding on a new stretch of line. Right, we better get going. Oh, what a lovely day. Maybe if I go fast... No, Thomas, don't. Please don't go fast, said Annie. Please don't go fast. We're running late, you know. So let's go, go, go. He raced along. But then there was trouble. Swoosh! He raced into some water that had flooded the track. Oh, fizzling fireboxes, said Thomas. Sir Topham Hatt was working on his train table. All right, Thomas on his branch line, pulling Annie and Clarabel. James is pulling Henry's passengers, and Henry is pulling trucks. Everything's going to a plan. Yes, indeed. Today's a very special day for me and my railway. The telephone rang. Hello, it's Sir Topham Hatt. What's that, Thomas? In trouble? On a flooded track? Oh, who can I... James is at Knapford. He's done pulling Henry's train. Henry's down the line. Oh, what should I do? James is supposed to have that special job. Oh, I know. It's my job to swap engines around. This is business time. Bum, 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 bum. James pulls Thomas to the steamworks to be cleaned. Henry pulls James's passengers to the Flying Scotsman, said Sir Topham Hatt. Oh, yes. Oh, how will I break the news to James? Sir Topham Hatt was at Knapford platform. James was waiting for his coaches. Oh, where can an engine get his coaches? Said James. Don't they know that I'm a splendid engine? James, Thomas is stuck in the floodwater. You need to pull him out. Why? Why can't I pull my passenger train? Henry will. Henry puffed in, all as grimy as ever. But look at him. He's messy. Well, Henry's too heavy to go on Thomas's branch line. You'll not. Why am I on Thomas's backwater branch line? Backwater, said Henry. He's stuck in water. Ha ha ha! Look who's pulling coaches now, James. Oh, said James. James puffed in to see Thomas. Hello, James. Have you come to rescue me? Said Thomas. Oh, yes, I have. Unfortunately. I wish I could pull my coaches. Oh, but instead you're rescuing me. Thanks for rescuing me today, James, said Thomas. You're a really useful engine, he said, trying to make James feel better. James grumbled away. He took Thomas to the steamworks. Meanwhile, Henry was pulling his coaches. And he had just arrived at Vickerstown when he heard a familiar whistle. Flying Scotsman coming through! Hello, Flying Scotsman, said Henry. Hello, Henry. Are you ready? Are my enthusiasts ready? Flying Scotsman! Flying Scotsman! Chanted the enthusiasts. They were so excited. They're ready as they'll ever be. Haha, said Henry. Flying Scotsman raced away with Flying Scotsman coming through. But at the steamworks, there was a problem. James was just dropping off Thomas. Oh, Oh, why am I dropping off Thomas when I should be pulling my passenger trains? Hello, boss. I mean, James, said Kevin. Thomas needs cleaning just because he got in some muddy water and I lost my important job for the day. Oh, the nerve, said James. Well, James, boss, James, you can't always do the jobs you like best, said Kevin. James puffed away in a huff. He thought about Kevin's words. But there was a problem. Thomas was in the steamworks and... Where's the cleaning brush? Said Kevin. Where's the cleaning brush? We can't find it. Sir Topham Hatt was telephoned yet again at his office. Cleaning brush? I know where. Oh, that's right. I can find it. It was moved to the shed by the steamworks. I'll fetch it personally. You work on Thomas. So, Sir Topham Hatt went to the shed beside the steamworks and found the most surprising thing of the day. Oh, it's you, said Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth, what on earth are you doing here at the shed by the steamworks? Said Sir Topham Hatt. Well, said Elizabeth, you lent me to your friend, and then he dumped me here because the loan was over, and you haven't come to pick me up. Oh, I'm sorry. You better be. You are a very disgraceful controller, treating me like this. I got to go get a cleaning brush, and I'll tend to your matter immediately. And he did. But that's another story.